श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणां सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने नमः अचिन्त्य अद्भुत अक्लिष्ट ज्ञान वैराग्य राशये नाथाय मुनये अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे
तत्वेन यश्चिद् ईश्वरस् तत्स्वभाव भोगापवर्ग तदुपाय गतिरुदारः सन्दर्शयन्य रममीक पुराणरत्नम् तस्मै नमो मुनिवराय पराशराय.
So far, for the past three verses, Natha Muni was the object of worship for Yamunacharya Swami. Now we come to the Vishnu Purana author.
Obeisances to Parashara, chief among contemplative saints, who mercifully composed of the gem of Puranas in order to present correctly the sentient, the non-sentient, and Ishvara together with their real nature, and also the Jiva's enjoyment. Final beatitude means of attaining the two, and the path taken by the Jivas.
So, obeisance to Parashara. The last line, Namo Parasharaya. Namo Parasharaya, obeisance to Namaha. Namaha, it should become Namaha when you join with Parasharaya. So, Namaha Parasharaya, obeisance to Parasharaya. Chief among contemplative saints, Muni Varaya. Muni Varaya. So, you must add Tasmai Parasharaya to that Parashara. To that Parashara meaning, as I told you, there are two meanings. Whom we know, Parashara, we are familiar with Parashara. The other one is Parashara is a very great sage. That is why we say Tasmai. We always refer to the Lord also as Tat. And therefore we get the word Tat Tvam Asi. Mahavakyam in the Upanishad is called Tat Tvam Asi. Tat. Though it is what you call a word in neuter gender, Napumsakalinga, meaning that it is indescribably great. That's the meaning of. When we don't know anything, we say it. Even we refer to human being as it. We say it is Govindachari who came today. It is Govindachari. We don't say he is Govindachari. So we also use the word it in English. So chief among contemplative saints, contemplative Muni, Mananath Muni, already we saw in Gita Sangraha. Because of the meditation, he is called Muni. And I also told you the Tamil meaning, namely, one who does not get angry, who does not get provoked easily, he is called Muni. One who controls his anger is called Muni. In Tamil, Muni becomes anger. Then who mercifully Udaraha, I must say, Udaraha. Udaraha, broad-mindedly. Mercifully, broad-mindedly. Udaraha. Mercifully, composed, niramamita. It's a very difficult verb. It's called, what we call in English, perfect past tense. And it's called lit lakaraha in Sanskrit. And nir is the prefix, preposition, and amamita is the verb, amamita. So amamita, this is a particular root of the word is what we call atmanepadi dhatu. A dhatu, a root of the verb which will be used for selfish purposes. Of course, there is no clear line of demarcation between the atmanepadi and parasmaipadi dhatus in Sanskrit. There are three types of roots in Sanskrit, verbal roots. Number one, parasmaipadi, actions which are meant for others, selfless action, selfish action, atmanepadi, and then ubhayapadi. We have got the combination of both. This is something peculiar. Niramamita. A beginner is not taught this verb at all. In the degree level, undergraduate level, we are not learning this. Only in the postgraduate level we will understand this. So Niramamita composed. The gem of Puranas, Purana Ratnam, meaning, as you know, best of Purana. Ratnam is gem, as you know, but here it is best. Best of Purana. We also use the word in English, gem of Purana. He is the gem of a man. Yeah. So here, in order to, oh, there is no word, in order to, present correctly the sentient, present correctly. Present correctly is tatvena sandarshayan. Sorry, present is sandarshayan. Sandarshayan means showing. He is showing to us. Sandarshayan. Darshayan itself means showing. Sandarshayan showing well, showing correctly. Showing correctly. So Tatvena again meaning correctly, truly. So present correctly, the sentient. Yaha means who. Yaha means who. First line. Tatvena yaha. Yaha who. Chit sentient. Achit non-sentient. Ishvara. The word Ishvara has been translated as Ishvara. Yeah, the same word is used, meaning leader, all leadership, namely all also you can say, because our understanding, first understanding is wealth, so very rich, the richest person, Ishvara. Then Tatu Swabhava, Tatu refers to all the three, Chitta, Achita, Ishvara, and therefore given there as with there, Their is Tatu. Plural in a compound. Then Swabhava, real nature. Swabhava is real nature. Swabhava is original nature. Duplicate also there. Chitta is. Then Tatvena really. And also the Jiva's enjoyment. Bhoga. Enjoyment is Bhoga. It's given as Jiva's enjoyment. Now, though Parasara Maharishi, the great sage, gave us the Purana Ratnam, it is not only for us, so it is for Lord also. Bhoga is for Lord also. So Jiva's enjoyment. Final beatitude, Apavarga. Apavarga is a technical term for moksha. Meaning there are four aspects, purusharthas, human goals of life, namely dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So among the four purusharthas, human goals of life, we have one odd point out, odd member out. That is moksha. The others are called, the other three are called Trivarga. Trivarga meaning Dharma, Kama, Artha. Or Dharma, Artha, Kama. Then Apavarga meaning one which is out of the group, namely odd member of the group. Odd man out we say. So Apavarga is Moksha. So Bhoga also can mean Moksha because Bhoga means enjoyment. It also can mean what we call Paramanandam. That is why in order to differentiate between Bhoga and Apavarga, it is given their separation. Bhoga, Apavarga. Tat again that. So how to enjoy, how to reach the emancipation. Tatu Upaya, means of attaining the two. So in fact, you can also say, by reading Purana, Vishnu Purana, we are also bound to get the pleasure of this world. By reading Purana, we can get the pleasure of this world. Reading pleasure, aesthetic pleasure, sense of pleasure, and the other pleasures also. That means because we are reading the Purana, we will also get the material benefits, and that also means enjoyment. So final beatitude, means of attaining the two, namely Upaya, then Gatihi, and the path taken by the Jiva. Gatihi is destination. Gati is road. Gatihi generally also means destination, goal, aim, target, and that's it. So in all this, Lord Parashara, great sage Parashara, was so broad-minded, so merciful, so generous that he gave all these points in his Purana. And we are referring to the word Vishnu Purana. Vishnu Puranam is the first Puranam written, composed by Parashara, the Maharishi. And that is the best Puranam, it is understood. And it is the first Sattvika Puranam as we see. First Sattvika Puranam. Later on, we have got Sattvika, Rajasika, Tamasika Puranam. And we have got 18 plus 18, 36 also. 18 major Puranas, 18 Upa Puranas. So either you combine Srimad Bhagavatam as Purana, Bhagavata Purana. Again, I can say Mahabharatam is also a Purana. Though Mahabharata is also categorized under epic, namely Itihasaha, it can also be called Purana. Another meaning that all of you know is Pura api Navam. Even though the books are very old, ancient, the stories are stories belonging to the previous eras. But again, Navam, it is new. Not that the book is new, the story is new. Not that the story is new, the story is fresh. And we will also take deep interest in reading them. Therefore, Pura api Navam. Every time we read any book, for example, Bhagavad Gita or any other book, Bhagavad Gita is in Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is a Purana. And therefore, when we read something there, we may get a new meaning every time. And therefore, Pura api Navam. Though old, it is new. Not actually new wine in the old bottle. Not old wine in the new bottle. That way. So anyway, so here beautifully translated. Of course, so we'll go to the commentary. Any idea that crosses your mind, you can always expose.
Well, I was just wondering why some people exalt the Bhagavatam and they say Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Purana is the greatest Purana. Whereas Sri Vaishnavas specifically are the ones who are saying that Vishnu Puranam is the greatest Purana. So, is there any...
we already saw even in myriad incarnations, many incarnations of the Lord, most of us love Lord Krishna avatar, Lord Krishna's avatar, and therefore Of course, Bhagavatam is a compendium of all avatars, say for the first important 10. The other avatars are also mentioned. Dattatreya, Kapila, Dhanvantari, so many are Hayagriva. So many avatars have been mentioned in Bhagavatam. And Mahabharatam, though deals with all these 4 human goals of life, the 20,000 verses of Mahabharatam are on the main story, namely Pandavas and Lord Krishna. Only 20,000. 80,000, rest of the 1 lakh, 80,000 refer to all the anecdotes, allusions, what you call stories, sometimes connected or not connected with. For example, one or two I can quote. For example, Nala Damayanti story. Nala Damayanti story. It's a deviation from. Now the question was, Draupadi and Yudhishthira, when they are in the forest, they ask a sage a question. Is there anybody in the world who are suffering more than us? Because we have been undergoing 12 years of forest life, and we have to undergo 1 year of incognito, Ajnatavasam. After 13 years, again we have to play gambling. Again, when we lose, again we have to go back. And within this one year period of Ajnatavasa, if we are recognized as with our identity, then we have to go back to our 12 years of forest life. The black future haunts them. And then Yudhishthira is asking Draupadi, especially Draupadi is asking a sage. The sage name is Brihadashva. Brihadashva is the name of the sage. And he tells them the story of Nala and Damayanti. If you hear the story of Nala and Damayanti, then you will be shocked to know that you have some people suffering more than you or you Pandavas and all. Now, this one I would say normally, a sadistic pleasure. When others are suffering more and I feel that I am suffering less, we have a pleasure called sadistic. But that was not the case with Draupadi or Yudhishthira. But they were also sorry for the state of affairs with regard to Nala and Damayanti. And you know the what they call Shakespeare's Shylock in Mahabharata, namely Shibi Chakravarti. Shylock was a tyrant in Shakespeare's play, and Shibi Chakravarti was a victim because he saved a bird. And therefore, these are all some stories which. So Abhijna, Shakuntala, name of the word, name Shakuntala, and daughter of Vishwamitra, and Menaka. These are all some allusions in Mahabharata. What we find surprisingly is 20,000 devoted to Pandavas, 80,000 are allusions. And we have prose passages. And we have prose passage about 0.25 lakh extra verses plus within that prose passages, Gadya Bhaga. Then prose passages will include some stories like devotion to the teacher and so on. So I got a lot of. So here in this so Niramamita Puranam. So he has explained fortunately Parasara Bhatta. That's why I told you Srimad Bhagavata Puranam is considered generally a comprehensive Puranam with all the incarnations included in the story and so many other subjects. I will tell you one uninteresting subject to me is Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya philosophy has been explained in second skandham of Srimad Bhagavatam. And one small example will be Naraka Varnanam is given by Bhagavatam. We may not like to read at all. Elaborate description of hell. Every day you say hello. So hell here it is a very big description. And there are 2 points. One, we may not believe it fully, number one. Number two, once we read it, we may not commit any sin also. There are two extremes also. So we have such a subject, I mean, lot of subjects are there. Lot of subjects. Therefore, Bhagavata Puranam, since 10th, just 10th chapter, 10th skandam, Dasama skandam, reveals to you the exploits of Lord Krishna with the pranks of the child and so on. Very interesting. 12th skanda will tell us the Bhavishyat Purana, now what is the future of this world. So with all this, you have, so you have, I mean, the Mahabharata only concentrates on stories of Pandavas, along, of course, with Krishna, along with Krishna in a mature status. He is not a child in Mahabharata. He is not a child in Mahabharata. Whereas in Bhagavatam, we see him as a child. And therefore, and therefore Bhagavata is more attractive to people. But generally, as Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya cult will be highlighting the greatness of Vishnu Purana. And Vishnu Purana contains only 6 chapters and a few thousand verses. Maybe within 6,000. Yeah, let us take the Padavarai, I mean the word by word meaning. So, Udaraha Yaha. So, he is broad-minded. Yaha who? Udaraha, broad-minded. That has been translated as mercifully by this author. Mercifully. A person broad-minded will have always mercy. So the other things, Chitta Achiti, Ishvara, Tattva, Svabhava, Bhoga, Apavarga, Tatupaya, Gatihi, these are all already has been given. The inner meaning are not there, is very easy to understand. And then only one extra is there, Upaya. The Upaya will be called Moksha Sadhanangal. Moksha Sadhanangal. So what will be our instruments to reach moksham? We already saw in Bhagavad Gita, Gita Sangraha, in the case of Dharma, Artha and Kama, so connected with Dharma, Artha and Kama, then Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Those 3 will be along with the Prapatti Yoga. 4th one will be Moksha Sadhanam. Moksha Sadhanam. Again, please remember the main sadhanam is Lord Sivan Narayana. He is the Moksha Sadhanam. And therefore we call him Upaya and Upeya. Upaya and Upeya. So not only he is the means, but also the target. Moksha Sadhanam. Jivan Challam Gatigat. The last one is what is the road to lead? What is the road to tread on? That is the so Jivatma, the individual soul has to cross the path, go, travel. Then Tattvena, really, truly. Sandarshayan, well explained. Sandarshayan. Purana Ratnam, Vishnu Purana. Niramimita, when we say composed in general literal meaning, Tamil is better in saying, he blessed us, Parasara, the sage, blessed us with Vishnu Purana. We always say whenever a great personality, then we take the, what we call, the highest regard. We have highest regard for the person. And don't we say, he blessed us. We don't say, he composed, he wrote. And then, so he blessed us. Tasmai. So for such a person, Munivaraya Rishi Shreshthar. So we told you, I mean already, we discussed already. Varaha also means, Vara is almost like a boon. Vishnu Puranam was like a boon from Parasara. Without our asking, that is the beauty in this boon. We didn't ask Parasara, but the Parasara Maharshi gave a boon to us, namely Vishnu Purana. And Vara also means all the positive, comparative, and superlative suffix. So Varaha is good, better, best. So the best you can also say. So Munivaraya, Parasaraya. So Namaha, Namaha, Namaskar. So again, I remind ourselves that Namaha has got a lot of meaning. How many times should we bow to? How many times should we salute the sage? Any number of times. There's no limit to the salutation. You can't restrict anybody from saluting. That is why every time we see Parasara, not only Parasara, but also Nathaya Munaye. Namaha, Namaha. First word is Namaha. The importance is given to number one, our humility, our inability, our dependence, our dependence on the God, and all these are all shown by the word Namaha. So Avatarika, introduction. பெரிய முதலியார் ஞானத்துக்கு லோக பரிகிரக மாத்திரம் அன்றிக்கு வேதவித்து அக்ரேசர பராசர அனுமதியாலே பிராமாணிகத்துவம் உண்டென்று இவ்வர்த்தத்தினுடைய பிராமாணிகத்துவம் சொல்லுகிறது. Now, what is the proof that we must take up the task of fulfilling the human goals of life, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha? That is the proof lies in Vishnu Purana. Vishnu Puranam was blessed by Parasa. So Periya Mudaliyar Jnanathukku. Periya Mudaliyar, we are talking about Lord Shiman Narayan. I think I have not told you earlier. So Periya Mudaliyar is Lord Shiman Narayana. Shane Mudaliyar is Vikshak the chief of army staff. So Periya Mudaliyar Jnanathukku, in order to get the Paramajnanam, Parajnanam, Paramajnanam, Paramabhakti, Parabhakti. So Jnanathukku, Loka Parigraha Matram Andrike. So let us not restrict ourselves to only the acceptance of this world. This world, of course, this world is a teacher. This world is a teacher. So we get a lot of lessons from this world. But that is not enough. So who will guide us then? Veda with Agresara. Among the people who have studied scripture, mastered scripture, Parasara is the first one, a leader, Agresara. Veda with Agresara. Because Parasara, great sage Parasara, has studied scriptures deeply, so he is a leader among the knowledgeable people on scripture. And therefore, when he permits, so when we have got his permission, and that is the proof. So what is the proof? Vishnu Purana. Moreover, so there are two proofs, namely, one is the sage's proof. Sage said it, Parasara said it, therefore it is a proof. And what is the purpose of this Vishnu Purana? That is Periya Mudaliyar Jnanam, in order to get the wisdom, namely the supreme spiritual wisdom. And that wisdom is available in this Vishnu Purana, and therefore this is a proof. Vishnu Puranam is a proof of getting the meaning. The meaning is purposeful, purpose, P-U-R-P-O-R. Purposeful purpose of the spiritual wisdom. Then Ivarkum, Sri Parasara Bhagavanukum, Swabhava Aikyamum. Now we are talking about Yamunacharya and Nathamuni also. You take all the preceptors, it is applicable to all the preceptors. Taking, for example, Nathamuni, so that is the main point here. So Ivarkum is Nathamuni, but Sri Parasara Bhagavanukum, Between the two people, great people, namely Natha Muni and Parasara, great Parasara, respectable Parasara, Swabhava Aikyam undi. They have natural similarity. They have natural similarity. They have oneness. Why? Krishna Pravanyamum, Lokathukku Pannina Audaryamum Iruvarukku. We already saw what is Krishna Pravanyam. Meaning, they are both highly devoted to Lord Krishna. So they know what is the wisdom related to Lord Krishna. Pravanyam is skill, scholarship, and so on. We use the word Praveen in Hindi. Praveen. Gopal Srinivasa Swami will attest to the word. So Pravanyam. So Krishna Pravanyam is Krishna is Lord Krishna. Pravanyam is deep devotion, scholarship with regard to Krishna's rather say Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna's life in Mahabharata or Bhagavatam. So whatever we see him as an incarnation, he is a spiritual head. He is the only spiritual head shown among all the incarnations. Very, very easily accessible. Very easily accessible. And both of them did help to the whole world. Lokathukku Pannina Audaryam. Attalun avarai namaskarikkar. So I recall to your mind the great help that Nathamuni did was reviving the 4,000 Tamil Divya Prabandha. Therefore, Lokathukku Pannina Audaryam. So he was so broad-minded that he brought back by meditation the 4,000 Tamil Divya Prabandha. 12 apostles of Sri Vaishnavism have given out their bhakti pourings, bhakti for devotional pourings out, and that came out in the form of poetry, Tamil poetry, other what you call Tamil Marabu Kavidai சொல்றோம். Englishல it's a traditional poetry. All the 4,000 are traditional poetry. They are not modern poetry. So again, with regard to Parasara Maharishi, Parasara blessed us with Vishnu Puranam. Therefore, by reading Vishnu Puranam, we get a lot of spiritual knowledge. And therefore, we have to bow to them. Yakshan, the comment. Nyadavya Arthangalai Ullabadiye Katu. Now, what should we learn? Should be learned. What should we learn? Should we learn. What we should learn. Nyadavya Arthangalai. As a human being born on this earth, we have got the duty to understand God. Therefore, we have to read. Therefore, we have to read both the Vishnu Puranam and the 4,000 Divya Prabandha. Then Sahovacha Vyasa Parasaryaha. So this refers to his son, Parasara Maharishi's son, namely Veda Vyasa, where it's called Krishna Dvaipayana. Yeah. So each word is being equipped now. Sahovacha Vyasaha Parasarya. Parasara's son Vyasa said this. So that Vyasa, who is son of Parasara, the great sage, said it. Yangira Pramana Prasiddhi Prakasik. So when we read Vishnu Puranam, the Vishnu Purana content is presented in Mahabharata, Bhagavata, and all other Puranas which have been blessed by Vedavyasa, his son. And therefore we say it's a Pramana Prasiddhi. The popularity of the proof is the Parasara Maharishi, Parasara, the great sage, has blessed us with Sri Vishnu Puranam. That Vishnu Puranam has been elaborated by many Puranas by his son Vedavyas. Then again, so what is it all about? What are the Puranas saying to us? So Chit Jnata Atra Parasaraha. So Chit meaning knower, knower. We are all knowers. Knowers. We are knowers. Chit Jnata. So Jnata also can be the Lord. That we will take it up later. So Atra Parasaraha. So Jnata can be the highest human being, highest primordial being, namely Lord Sriman Narayana, and the individual soul. He is also Jnata. But in a different relationship, he is Jnatru, namely Lord Sriman Narayana is Jnatru, and the Jivatma, the individual soul, is to be known. Sorry, to know. So Atma 89. Atma Shuddhaha Aksharaha Shantaha Nirgunaha Prakrite Paraha Pravriddhi Apachayau Nasya Cha Ekasya Akila Jantu. So we are now talking about Paramatma. So what is Paramatma also has similar, the Jivatma also has similar qualities of Paramatma. That we will see later. So Atma is Paramatma, Shuddhaha, pure, Aksharaha, immutable, Shantaha, calm, tranquil, Nirgunaha. Now we are going to see this word later. But again, Nirgunaha meaning there are no bad qualities. Nirgunaha means without quality. Which quality? Bad quality. We will say Heya Guna Pratyanikaha. That's a special term for one who avoids bad quality. So Nirgunaha Prakritehe Paraha. Paraha higher than, you can also put a superlative degree, highest among the Prakriti. Prakriti is matter. Matter means world. So he is the highest among the worlds. Pravriddhi apajayo na asya cha ekasya akila jantuti. There is no diminishing, waxing or waning. There is no waxing, no waning. Just like the moon. Because we all have seen the moon. Moon is waxing and waning. Shukla Pakshaha is waxing. Krishna Pakshaha is waning. So it gets increased in size and gets reduced in size. That is waxing and waning. But Lord Sriman Narayana as the Supreme Soul has no waxing and waning. No reduction, no growth. Pravriddhi, no growth. Upachayaha, reduction. So no reduction and no growth. Pravriddhi apachayo. Na. The letter na gives you the negative thing. No progress, no downward trend. So asya of this, namely Lord Sriman Narayana, cha and ekasya is a single identity. We don't have any other person. We call the word in Sanskrit Mahavakyam, Vedavakyam, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. That is what we call Cha Ekasya. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, in the sense there is one thing, there is only one, and that is Paramatma, and that is unique. That's all. Ekameva Advitiyam. There is no parallel. That's the meaning. Doesn't mean there are no Jivatmas. We are there, we are here. The Ekasya Akhila Jantushu. Among the all creatures, all living beings, there is only one Ekasya. all the creations belong to him. That's the meaning of Asya or Ekasya. Asya Ekasya. Everybody belongs to him. Only one. Ityadi. Idil nirgunatvamanadu. What is nirgunatvam? Sattvadi guna rahityam. Sattvadi guna rahityam. Okay. So you will have then even sattva is dismissed here. Instead of that, we will use the word aprakritam. Aprakritam. Though we use the word sattvam with regard to the divine figure of the Lord in Vaikuntham or anywhere else also, even when he takes incarnation, his figure is full of sattva. But he says even sattva is not there. Sattva, rajas, tamas, three gunas, three qualities, three characteristics are without. That is called nirgunatva. Meaning, we have such words in Advaitic words in Vedas, scriptures, that we will have nothing, no bad quality. That's what I would say. Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya will always say, no bad quality in the Lord. Then Ekasya Akhila Jantushu. What kind of living beings? All the living beings means what? So Deva Tiryang Manushyakya Sarva Prani. Sarva Pranishu. Among all the animals, among all the living beings, I won't say animals, living beings, among all the living beings, Deva, God, Tiryang, the four-legged, what you call quadrupeds, and Manusha, and man, human beings. Akhya by name, Sarva Pranishu, among all the living beings, Ekasya. So what is special about the single unit, namely the uniqueness of the Lord, namely Jnana, Eka, Akara, Daya, Samaha, Ityasa. The Lord Sriman Narayana consists of two important aspects. Jnana, Daya. These two are very important. Jnana, wisdom, there is no doubt about it. But once there is a lot of wisdom, you may not have pity as one of the characteristics. The mercy becomes a casualty as we go on gaining some knowledge. So Jnana Ekakara Daya. The wisdom is transformed fully into mercy. It's very difficult for people to practice. But the Lord Sriman Narayana uses the spiritual wisdom as mercy. Therefore, he said, mercifully composed. Mercifully, Sandarshayan Niramamita Puranaratnam. That sentence was there. But why mercifully? And therefore, this is what we call. So, Jnana Eka. So, the amount of wisdom is equal to the amount of compassion that he possesses. And 90. Already we saw Jnana Ekakara Daya Samaha. His knowledge, his wisdom is equal to his grace. Then 90. Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Meaning, Almighty, Brahma Almighty is equanimous, not equal here, equanimous without any defect, nirdosham. This is what normally we accuse him. we say that some people are highly blessed, some people are not highly blessed. So in that way, we say Lord is partial, Lord is pakshapati. That's what we can generally accuse. We will generally accuse him, but he never is partial. He never has any bias, no bias for him, and therefore nirdosham ki samam. So he has no defect called bias. He is not prejudiced in treating the creation. And you know the Bhagavad Gita quotation, Panditaha Samadarshinaha 91. Iti Bhagavatevoktam. It was said only by the Lord. So that already Keshavdas Swami will give us at the end of this one. Who are the Panditas? Who are the scholars? They are Samadarshinaha. They have equanimity of mind. They see everything as one. We will have that verse, namely, Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Shopakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Then you have Achit. Now we are so far I have been talking with Chit, talking about Chit. Achit is Asamyavat Acheta. It has no feeling, it has no emotion, it has no anything connected with the mind of the human being. Asamyavat, it is full of darkness of ignorance. Nothing is known by Achit. So Achetanam, even non-movable object, immovable object, it has no sense, it has no wisdom, it has no knowledge. Then Vikara Jananim Ajnam. Iti Upanishad. You must find out by which Upanishad. So Vikara Jananim Ajnam. So Ajnam, one who does not know. Vikara Jananim. The mother, or rather one who gives birth to the Vikara, meaning change. Change. Now we will connect these words to the verse. So Tatrapi Parasharaha, even there Parashara Maharishi will say, Trigunam Tat Jagat Yonihi Anadi Prabhava Apyayam Akshayam. So this is the meaning. So Trigunam. So Trigunam Sattva Rajas and Tamas. Now we are referring to the Achit also. Achit has got more tamasa gunam than the other two. Chit and Ishwar. Chit than the other Chit. So tamasa guna is more in Achit. That's very important. So Trigunam, so three qualities. Tad Jagat Yonihi, the source. From the source, the world has come out. Anadi Prabhava Apyaya. There is no beginning to the greatness of the Lord, and it has no end also. So Anadi Prabhava Apyaya. Then again, Ityadi Ishara Ubhayoho Niyantavana Swami. The Ishara is Akshayam is Akshayam. So Akshayam is irreducible. Irreducibility is called Akshayam. And then Ishvara Ubayoho Niyanta. Lord is there, Ishvara, the Lord. The Lord Sriman Narayana is the controller of the two, namely Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. And therefore he is telling, he is giving out order, issuing order. Then Tatrapi Parasaraha, even there Parasara will come to the same point. Paramatma cha sarvesham आधारः परमेश्वर विष्णुनामा सवेदेषु वेदांतेषु च गीयते. So Paramatma, the supreme soul, is the base for all. Sarvesham Adhara. So Paramatma, again repeat, again saying, the supreme soul is the fundamental requirement of all. Then Parameshwara also can mean, of course, Lord Shiva, the highest God. Vishnu Namasa Vedeshu Vedanteshu Ligi. But in scriptures, Vedanteshu, among the books like the philosophy, not only Vedanta philosophy, but also other philosophy. Namely, so Vedanta, there are Advaita Vedanta, Vishishta Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta, and so on. Vedanteshu, Giyate is sung. We have sung. Name of Lord Vishnu is sung. And then Vishnu Nama, okay. 95. Paraparanam Paramah Paramatmatma Samsthitaha. Rupa Varnadi Nirdesha Visheshana Vivarditaha. Sarvatrasu Samastancha Rasa Satyat Vasatyatreti Vayataha Tatassa Vasudeva iti Vidyadvihi Paripakshate. Now, how is the Lord? Paraha Parana, greatest of the greatest. Parah Parana. Paramaha Paramatma Atma Samsthita. Lord Sriman Narayana, the Supreme Soul, though highest in nature, he is the inner soul of the individual soul. So, Paramatma, Atma Samsthita. He comes and remains and stays in our heart as Antaryam. Then Rupa, Varna, Adi, Nirdesha, Visheshana, Vivardita. Vivardita is without. He is without. But what is he without? Scripture says, Rupa, there is no form. Varna, there is no color. You can't say Krishna is a Kshatriya. So Rupa, Varna, Adi, etc. Nirdesha. Nirdesha is direct direction. Then Visheshana, adjective. Vivarditaha, without. So when we say this, what we call Advitiyam, Brahma, Ekam, Brahma Ekam. We have another word. Nirgunatvam. We saw the word Nirgunatvam. So that is mentioned here as Rupa, Varna, Adi, Nirdesha, Visheshana, Vivardita. Then Sarvatra Asau, everywhere this Samastancha, Vasati Atra Iti Cha Ekaha. Vasati Atra Iti Cha Iti Vayataha. Ityadi Tat Swabhavaha Tesham Swabhavaha Tatra Cha Saha Pradhanancha Pumam Seva Sarva Bhutatma Bhutaya Vishnu Shaktya Mahabuddhe Vrutau Samsaya Dharminau. The previous line, we have to go to the previous line. Okay. So, Tatasya Vasudeva iti Vidyadvihi Paripatti. That we must. So sarvatra asau samastancha vasati atra iti cha vayataha. Because this Paramatma, namely Lord Shivan Narayana, is everywhere. Is everywhere. He is present everywhere. He is born everywhere. He is born everywhere. And he is all in all. Does he live here? Yes. Vasati atra. Iti vayataha. Wherever we go, we have. So, antar bahishcha tat sarvam. Yapya narayana sthitaha. So, samastancha vasati atra iti vayataha. He is everywhere. He is also living here. And tataha, therefore, saha vasudeva iti viddadhihi paribhati. Everywhere he is available, and therefore he is called Vasudeva by the scholar. So here, so sarvatra saha ityadi tat svabhava tesham svabhava. Their nature. Tatra cha saha pradhanancha puman chaiva sarva bhutatma bhutaya vishnu shaktya mahabuddhe vritau samsaya dharminau. Pradhanancha. So he is the most important. Pradhanam is called Ishvara. Pradhanancha puman chaiva. Puman chaiva is the male person. Again meaning primordial living being, namely Paramatma. Sarva bhutatma bhutaya. Because he is the inner soul of every creature. Sarva bhutatma bhutaya. And then Vishnu Shaktya, by the power of Vishnu, Mahabuddhe, oh intelligent person, Brutau Samsaya Dharmina. He has taken up to what we call chosen. Brutau means chosen. Vishnu Shaktya Mahabuddhe, Mahabuddhe, oh intelligent person. Both of them are accepted, namely Pradhanam and Puman, the primordial being and the important aspect. Both are Vrutav, chosen. Samshaya Dharminau, they equally support each other. Now, what do you say in Sanskrit is, in general, one is supporting the other. One is supporting, one is what we call substratum the other. One is complementary to other. Samshaya Dharmino. Then Ityadi, Bhoga. So what is Bhoga? What is enjoyment here? Brahma Adi Pipilikantamana Baddha Chetana Varkatiku Karmanugunamana Haratamyena Anubhavyamana Shabdadihal. So this is where enjoyment is called. Brahmadi Pipilikantam. Starting with the Lord of creation, namely Brahma. Pipilikantam. Till the end of an ant. Pipilika means the A-N-T, ant. And starting with the Brahma, starting with creation. So in this group, namely starting first point is first limit is Brahma, namely creator. Last one is ant. Now we are bound here in this world. Baddha Chetana Vargaha. We are all called living beings, individual souls, human beings. We are all bound. We are all fettered. We are all chained here. But according to our exigencies, you can say action, according to the performance of our action, karmanugunamaha, தாரதமியேன அனுபவியமான சப்தாதிகள். தாரதமியேன, by quality control. By quality control. Anubhavyam is one which has to be தாரதமியேன அனுபவியமான சப்தாதிகள். The scriptures, etc., are to be experienced. The people who are, when we people who are called what you call bound souls, according to the according to our actions in the previous birth, there is what you call standard of work differs. Taratamya, Anubhavyama. So it is very difficult to overcome the ancient sins committed, and therefore everything comes through the previous birth action, latent impressions of the action. So Apavarga will take up next. What is moksha? I don't know. I'm clear in explaining concept, but once we go deep into the subject, we will understand more. There's always a what do you call, confusion. Even today, Sri Bhashyam has been discussed with a lot of opponents here and there, on one side, the other side. So they don't come to a conclusion, meaning jnanam is not enough. There's no consensus also. I oppose you for opposing sake, and you belong to another sampradaya, and therefore I fight with you. The interpretation is different. So Ramanuja's commentary is different from Advaita commentary. So these are all some points of, they will be elaborated later. But Stotraratnam, for all our information, is a very simple work as it looks superficial. Very simple work. Anybody can understand. With a little knowledge of Sanskrit, we can understand. But when you go deep into the Vyakhyanam of Sri Vedanta Deshika, that we will understand more.
So Swami, did you get the Vyakhyanam of Vedanta Deshika on Stotraratnam? Yet to arrive. Okay. I posted in the chat Vidya Vinaya Sampane, Bhagavad Gita 5:18, the humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision, a learned and gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog eater. I posted that in the chat. If you wanted to say something else about that, you can. And also, Govindacharya has a question regarding the equating the Bhagavatam and Vishnu Purana. How can we equate them? In the chat. And also, I had a question about Stotraratnam and Vishnu Purana, if they can be
in the humble stages by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision, learned and gentle. Okay, the translation. Now is being means no. Yeah. So what about Govindacharya's?
Yeah, his question is back in the previous part of the chat. He has quoted Bhagavatam, first skanda, first chapter, verse 2, second verse. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramoni matsaranam satam. And this is this translation he's given explains that the Bhagavatam is the highest truth, which is distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all, and it is a mature understanding by Vedavyas. So when the Bhagavatam talks about it being a mature fruit, Does it mean that Vishnu Purana is immature fruit?
No.
So how can we understand the Bhagavatam speaks of itself in superlative terms? So how can we understand? And so some sampradayas they're accepting the Bhagavatam as a more important shastra than Vishnu Purana. So how can we understand the viewpoint of Sri Vaishnavas, of Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, that Vishnu Purana is more important than Bhagavatam?
So Bhagavata has been quoted by Govindacharya. Okay.
So the question is, when we see a lot of hyperbole in Shastra, that every time, if we read the Bhagavatam, it says Bhagavatam is the greatest. If we read Vishnu Purana, it says Vishnu Purana is the greatest. Here in this fourth verse, Yamunacharya is saying Stotraratnam. He's praising the Vishnu Purana. But do we understand that if he is praising Vishnu Purana as the best, that he thinks that the other, is it not the Bhagavatam is also the best? Or see, in English, in Western countries, we can understand there's only one which is best. But perhaps in Sanskrit, they're saying everything is best. So is there a comparison between Bhagavatam and Vishnu Purana? Out of Sattvika Puranas are the best Puranas. But amongst them, can we say that one is greater than the other? And why do we say that one is greater than the other? Why Sri Vaishnavas say Vishnu Purana is greater than Bhagavatam?
Vishnu Purana and Srimad Bhagavata Purana have got a common goal. But Bhagavata Purana is very elaborate in dealing with many incarnations, whereas Vishnu Purana concentrates only on the qualities of Vishnu, auspicious qualities of Vishnu. Of course, as Govindacharya expressed it, the material motivation. And for the sake of practical knowledge, we know, if somebody gives a lecture on Vishnu Puranam, many are not there in the audience. We take Bhagavata Puranam, everybody is there. So then what do we say that the glorification at the beginning of this Purana is just like how most Puranas start. Glorification, starting that only that Purana is.
So what he's asking is, in every Purana, in the beginning of every Purana, is there a Mahatmyam? Does it say this Purana is the best? Or is this specific only to Bhagavad Purana, that it says it is the best? And maybe Vishnu Purana also, we don't know.
Right. But because there is a Purana Mahatmyam in the beginning, we don't give a certificate that is. But the basic qualification for the good Puranam is it should be sattvic in it. But the other two should not be there. Rajasika and Tamasika Puranas are not called the real Purana. Vishnu Purana, as Govindacharya wants it, it is the greatest. Every Purana Mahatmya will say this Purana is the greatest, highest. But that is only for encouraging people to study. Whereas we have to read through all the Puranas and then find out which is the better and which is the best.
So, like you're saying, for attracting an audience, the Bhagavata Purana is better because there's a lot of discussion of different leelas, of different avatars. But the Vishnu Purana is more intellectual understanding of the qualities of Srimad Narayana, and therefore people will get bored of this, just like when we start talking about philosophy, these things will not make as good. The audience will not be as interested in the Vishnu Purana.
Right.
So I had another question also about Vishnu Purana. Here in the fourth verse, Yamunacharya is talking about, he's mentioned Parasara and he's praising Parasara, and he's talking about Purana Ratnam. And we already said, you already told us the list of subject matters in Stotraratnam includes explanation of the Dvaya mantra, which is considered to be Mantra Ratnam. So in one sense, part of Stotraratnam is like a commentary on Dvaya mantra. So my question is that Vishnu Purana also an elaboration of Stotraratnam, is an elaboration of Dvaya mantra, Vishnu Purana? Why is it? Why are they all three of them considered to be? Why are they all being spoken of in Stotraratnam? Dvayam Mantra Ratnam is spoken of in Stotraratnam, and Purana Ratnam is also spoken of. Is there some connection
You are
between
right.
the three?
The ideas of Stotraratnam are found in Vishnu Purana.
So can we?
Vishnu
Can we?
Purana's content has been adopted by Yamunacharya.
So can we? So we can say that these subject matters which come in Stotraratnam are more elaborate or elaborately given by Parasara in Vishnu Purana.
Right. That's right.
So then, to fully understand Dvayam and fully understand Stotraratnam, we should also read Vishnu Puranam, correct? Okay.
Without study of Vishnu Puranam, the study of Bhagavata Puranam, Mahabharatam, nothing is complete.
So before studying Bhagavatam, which is an elaboration of the Leelas of the Lord, we should know Vishnu Puranam, which gives the basic understanding of his gunas and his all of his qualities and his actual essential nature. And then, so Bhagavatam would be an elaboration of Vishnu Puranam then, in that sense.
Yeah. Bhagavata Puranam is an elaboration of Vishnu Puranam.
So normally when we study texts, we try to study, we study the small text first, and then we study the larger text to explain each one. So we are initiated into Dvaya mantra, then we study Stotraratnam, then we study Vishnu Purana, and then we can study Bhagavatam. This will be the correct way of studying. Very nice.
Gopal Srinivasa Swami will add his comments so that if he is in a different order of reading books or supports this.
So do we have a different order? Does somebody have a different order?
Because we need elderly views.
Yeah, I personally don't think there's a specific order to be followed. One can read the Vishnu Purana in its entirety, and then can read the this one, Bhagavatam. There are a lot of commonalities also in both the Puranas. So one gives a comprehensive view. And Vishnu Purana probably is more a focused view. This is my view. Though I have not read Vishnu Purana or Bhagavatam in its entirety, I read them in parts. But as Sri Vaishnavites, I think there's more emphasis on Vishnu Purana than on Bhagavatam. This is my opinion. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, but this is my opinion.
No. When reading Vishnu Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Stotraratnam, and all some other books also, when you read first any book and compare this with the other three or other four, then that would be better in understanding deeply the principles of the first Vishnu Purana. That is the first important.
Basic.
Then we will, as Kashadasam put it also, Bhagavata Puranam is an elaboration of Vishnu Puranam, but Bhagavata Puranam can be first studied, and the support can be taken from it. How does it end? There are some knots in Bhagavata Purana. The very incarnation of Lord Krishna is not understood clearly. Even while you read the small stories, the children's interesting aspect. But while you read Vishnu Puranam, then you will have some character understanding.
Yeah.
And Vishnu Puranam has been taken up by me for Parayanam and been going through.
So there are also different Guru Paramparas which teach these different
emphasis on, yes.
Yeah. So that is why Yamunacharya is praising Parasara now, because he feels that Vishnu Puranam is a very important Shastra for Sri Vaishnavas. So therefore he is praising Parasara in the beginning of Stotraratnam, because he is going to explain Stotraratnam, which is more elaborately explained in Vishnu Puranam. So therefore he has to praise Parasara first, like he has praised Nathamuni first. Because also Periyavachan Pillai is bringing in so many so many verses from Nalaya Divya Prabandham. That's also another reason for praising Nathamuni, because he is the one who has brought the Nalaya Divya Prabandham back to us. So in the beginning, so this is all part of the first part of Stotra, the first subject, which is praise of the teachers, before we start the actual work itself, without which we cannot get the grace of the teachers.
Right. We can comparatively study both Bhagavata Puranam and Vishnu Puranam.
स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
Srimad Krishna Samattvaya Namo Yamuna Sunave Yat Kataksha Ekalakshanam Sulabha Sridharaha Sada Namaha Yamuna Pada Abja Venubhihi Pavita Atmane Vidita Akhila Vedyaya Gurave Vidita Atmane.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।